Hello and welcome. We have with us Mr. Jwala Singh, Yashasvi Jaiswal's boyhood coach, and behind us is the Air India Kalina ground. That used to be the sanctum sanctorum of Yashasvi Jaiswal when he was growing up. Uh, Jwala Bhai is with us. And over the next few minutes, we will discuss about India's team selection, starting with Yashasvi Jaiswal not getting chances in the ODI setup despite he being ready, and a few other issues. So, welcome to the show, Jwala bhai.
Thank you so much for being with me. And you had a nice description about Air India Sports Club. This is the place where he had spent most of his time during the practice session at the center wicket, and even when we were preparing for the IPL. This is the place where he started hitting the sixes. So thanks for being with me and describing the ground where he played.
Jwala bhai, to start with, I mean, maybe it's a bit frustrating for Yashasvi, isn't it? I mean, we all know he is ready, but maybe there is no vacancy in the Indian 50 over setup.
I really feel like the way he has performed from last, the 3 years he's playing for the Indian team since 2023. He started playing Test match, then T20 cricket, and latest he played ODI as well. And he scored everywhere. He scored 100 in Test debut, and then when he got opportunity to play for T20 for the India, he scored ample of runs with very highly strike rate, more than 160, and even the average belongs the same. And latest he played against this in India, and he scored 100 again. So I think he has proven everything, and even in IPL, every year he's always scoring runs. So the way he has been groomed for Test cricket, that's really we are happy for that. But at the same time, I believe that he deserves to play even one day cricket and also the T20 cricket, because his numbers shows that. Yeah.
Jolabhai, coming to Akib Nabi, very, very disappointing for him, isn't it? I mean, 60 wickets last Ranji season. The season previously, 44 wickets, so 104 wickets over the past two seasons, and he's still not in the in the squad for that one of test against Afghanistan, which is not even part of the WTC cycle. So, isn't it a case of you are not respecting the numbers and the Ranji Trophy that much from the selector's point of view?
Well, I really feel that the domestic season is very, very long, and people work really hard to get Ranji Trophy. And somebody like Nabi, if they're taking wickets and the most important, doing well, they won the Ranji Trophy because of the collective efforts of the team. So I think this domestic performance should really, the taken care. And these are the the series like Afghanistan and all, where selector should look forward to give the opportunity to these hardworking cricketers. But again, end of the day, we cannot only talk about what should be done, what not should be done. It's end of the day, it's a choice of the selectors, and that's how why you need to respect them.
Jolabhai, you are a very, very experienced coach, and you have been training so many youngsters. There is a school of thought that that 125, 130 kilometers per hour, that speed, this is not suitable for Test cricket. Do you agree?
See, again, I mean, if somebody is taking wickets, of course, you look at the speed, like Siraj is bowling or Prasiddha Krishna is bowling. But at the same time, if somebody is taking wickets, he needs to be rewarded. Doesn't matter, because if you see so many fast bowlers, like even Chaminda was one of the greatest fast bowler, even great Kapil Dev, they used to bowl like 130. So it's all about the skill of taking wicket. If somebody is doing it, he deserves the place.
Once again, from the selectors' perspective, we saw last year. I mean, they picked a couple of players based on their performances in the Ranji Trophy. Karun Nair, he scored a mountain of runs in the Ranji Trophy, and Anshul Kamboj. But when they went to England and they turned up in Test matches, their performances had been underwhelming. So, do you think selectors were a bit iffy that maybe it's not about just about the Ranji Trophy numbers? Selectors look beyond those numbers.
I really feel today's world, because IPL is the is the platform where you handle a lot of pressure, public pressure, franchisee pressure, and millions of people are watching you on the TV. So I think when these selectors are looking the players they are performing in the IPL, that can be one of the reason they want player those are ready to handle the crowd pressure and all. At the same time, when somebody like Karun Nair scored a lot of runs in Ranji Trophy, which is not noticeable in terms of the larger picture. So I think the selectors are going with the highly competitive matter. Doesn't matter it's T20 cricket. They are looking at the people who can perform under the pressure. That's only the reason I see. But at the same time, I really feel Ranji Trophy performance should be given, should be rewarded, because if you don't give reward to the domestic cricketers, then people will lose hope the playing those tournaments.
And it also sends the wrong message. I mean, to the players, the aspiring cricketers, that even if I score a mountain of runs in the Ranji Trophy or take a bag full of wickets, unless I'm not performing in the IPL, I'll not be picked for the Indian team. So, do you agree that it sends the wrong message?
Oh, see, I'm not the person who can say right or wrong. It's selection is always the choice of the selector. They have more better brain and vision than us. But yes, as an cricket coach and an expert, I really feel that people those are playing domestic cricket, they should they should have been rewarded. I can take one case. One of the guy I'm training, Aman Mokade, he scored 500s in Vijay Hazare Trophy, and Vidarbha win the Vijay Hazare Trophy, which is a white ball format. And when I saw the India A team, which is traveling to Sri Lanka, same thing came in my mind. Like somebody scoring a lot of runs in Vijay Hazare Trophy. He also equal the record of Grain Pollock to fastest 1,000 run in less day cricket. So these kind of performance needs to be taken care. But as I said, like I think selector they are looking at the players those are performing under the crowd franchisee pressure, those are ready to take the international level bowlers. I think that is one of the case where I agree with the selectors, because these players those are performing in IPL, they are performing in the top world class bowler, where domestic player are not getting that kind of challenge. This is one thing I really think about that. But yes, I think domestic player those are not playing IPL and they are doing well. If they are doing well, they should be rewarded, because that will give a lot of hope, motivation to so many players those are not picked in the IPL but still making runs.
Jwala about Rishabh Pant, stripped of Test vice captaincy, dropped from the ODI squad. What he needs to do to bounce back?
I really feel that Rishabh Pant has done a tremendous job in Test cricket. We have seen him playing in England, scoring runs there. But the last series against South Africa was really disappointing. And I think he's the player who has fought multiple occasions in terms of his accident and injuries. So he's the guy who has a character. But sometimes I really feel like he looks very, if you say carefree, you can say that maybe that is one of the reason selector want him to, play freely. If you are a vice captain, you may have some burden, but I really feel that he's the player who can be the next, red ball captain for India, because there are very, the less options available. If you see after, Shubman Gill, there is no other player. Yeah.
But Jwala I'm just interrupting you. If, I mean, hypothetically, if Rishabh comes to you and seeks your help, hypothetically, you being such an experienced coach, and we have seen he has failed to replicate his Test exploits in white ball format, what advice will you give him in terms of getting better in white ball cricket?
I really feel he has everything. I have seen him from growing at his junior days. I think he has tremendous talent, but I think he needs to be a little more responsible in terms of handling the situation, in terms of shot selection, because he's the player who can change the game. But sometimes I really see he's really too carefree, and that really cost the teams most of the time. I've seen I was in the Melbourne when India lost the Melbourne Test match. The team was playing really well, and then one bad shot from him, and then everything fallen away from the Indian team. Even I have seen a lot of
Guwahati also.
yeah, Guwahati, and even in IPL, I have seen that. So I think only one thing he needs to understand, that he's the player who can turn around, but he needs to be on the wicket. So if he can be really little more responsible towards the team, I think that it really
So
helps.
you are saying that he needs to value his wicket more.
Definitely, because he's one of the main batter of the Indian cricket team. So if he learns to stay and the tackle some condition where I think he's finding difficult, because he has a cricket where doesn't have any fear. But there are two things: fear and responsibility. Very thin line. He needs to be more responsible. He should be fearless, but more responsibility can make him better player and can really help for the Indian cricket team. Yeah.
Jwala, two more questions. One is that Mohammad Shami, he has been taking wickets playing domestic cricket, but he is not in the scheme of things. So is it over for him?
Well, I think if you ask me, then I think selector has they have already gone forward. They are looking for more new talent, because I recently seen in Bengal T20 he has not gone in very high price. So I really see like he selector looking forward for the new talents. Doesn't matter how many wicket he's taking.
Finally, you know Rohit Sharma very well. Do you see him playing the 2027 World Cups? Obviously, also Virat Kohli being very fit, but Rohit Sharma is having some issues with his hamstring or fitness. Do you see him playing, lasting until the 2027 World Cup?
The way, I mean, they came back in Australian team in the November ODI 2025, and the way Rohit Sharma, you can say Rohit Sharma part 3 was there. He scored runs over there. Even Virat was not in that touch, but Rohit did that, and I think he has decided to play the next World Cup, and I think that is the motivation for both of them. I really hope they play, because they need the Indian ODI team need these kind of figures. So they help the Shubman Gill, the captain, and they run the team well.
Well, that was Mr. Jwala Singh, Yashasvi Jaiswal's coach. And Jwala bhai, thank you so much for being on RevSportz. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Yeah.